Hey, everybody. Welcome to Critical Beauty Salon. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Ingrid Santamaria, who is representing Parañaque in Miss Universe Philippines 2021. So we're just waiting for her to log in. I think she's ready. Let's see.
Hi,
Hey, Sam, how are you? Can
I'm
you hear
doing
me?
good. Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, I apologize because my internet connection is not stable at the moment. So
Oh,
you will probably experience some relapse and some delay. So
okay.
let's see. Can you hear me fine?
I can hear
Okay.
you fine now. Yes,
Oh,
you were a little choppy
hear me?
earlier.
Okay. Okay. Wow, you're looking beautiful today.
Well, for you, of course, I had to do my face.
You know how to flatter people. You do.
This is an interview I've been looking forward to, so I had to dress to
Oh.
impress.
I'm glad. Now, listen, are you excited about Miss Universe Philippines 2021 pageant?
Very much so. This is my first national pageant and, well, my first real pageant experience ever. And it's been a roller coaster, but something I can look forward to and hopefully look back on with a smile.
Oh, well, you're I'm looking at your Instagram account, on your social media account, and you're quite active on your social media. And I see a lot of uh, uh, versatile, diverse images and videos, and which makes me feel as if that you're a very multi-dimensional person. Is that right?
Of course, I feel like as a human, we have many different aspects to ourselves. And I like to show like who I authentically am on Instagram. And sometimes that's just somebody who's chill and holding a cup of coffee. And other times it's somebody who can slay photo shoots. The duality of man.
Right, exactly, exactly. Well, of course, I know you, your followers and your family and friends know you. But to the people who have never heard of you, tell us a little something about yourself and where you come from, your educational background, all those lovely stuff.
Well, my name is Ingrid Santamaria, but I'm named after my grandmother, so my friends fondly call me Sam. I'm 25 years old and I'm a corporate professional. I currently work as an assistant manager for e-commerce in a local eyewear company. And as for my education, I graduated from De La Salle University, which is one of the top universities in the Philippines. I graduated cum laude with a degree in communications.
Mhm. You're 25. I can't believe you're 25. You look so much younger. The first time I saw you, I thought, oh my God, she looks like she's 17 or 18. Like, wow, amazing. 25?
Yeah, I
No.
a lot actually. Maybe it's the cheeks.
Yeah, exactly. Like full cheeks like me. Now, were you born and raised in Parañaque?
Technically, I was born in Makati Med, but our house was already in Parañaque. My first house was in Sucat, and save for a few years in my early childhood where we lived in the States and in Malaysia, we moved back here to Parañaque in a different place in Merville. So I could
Oh,
say that I was basically raised in Parañaque.
okay. That's great. Now, you said earlier that this is your first pageant. Now, what compelled you to participate in this particular pageant?
Well, I wasn't always a pageant girl. My earliest memory actually of pageantry was I had this great grandmother who we would visit every Sunday, and she had this huge picture of her in a crown. And it turns out that she was a carnival queen in 1937. That was my
Wow.
first ever, you know, foray, I mean, introduction into what the pageant world is. But my parents always pushed my education. So I thought I was going to be a corporate person for the rest of my life until my mamas from the camp messaged me on Instagram asking if I wanted to train possibly to be a candidate for Miss Universe Philippines. And I knew that they trained my friend Bella the year before. So I knew I was going to be in good hands. And it was an opportunity that I just couldn't miss. So here I am today in front of you as a candidate.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I'm sure you make the whole city of Parañaque very, because they know very and wonderful representatives. So that's great.
Thank you so
Now,
much.
what were some of the challenges that maybe diet and all that stuff?
My biggest challenge has always been pasarela. I've no dance background. I'm very naturally uncoordinated and super lanky. So it was hard for me to control my body and to look fierce and feminine at the same time. For me, the diet and the workout I was used to doing, I was an athlete when I was younger. And the Q&A always came naturally as I've always loved to communicate. But yeah, it was really the pasarela for me.
Well, you know what? I did see your runway challenge video, and I thought you did an amazing job. The way you posed yourself, the way you projected yourself in front of the camera, I thought you were doing a wonderful job. So yeah, kudos, congratulations for
Well,
that.
thank you so, so much.
Now, of course, I'm sure you have a lot of friends. How would your friends describe you in three adjectives, Sammy?
I would say that first and foremost, my friends know that I'm one of the most dependable people. I'm somebody who they can tell all their secrets to, somebody they can vent to, somebody that they know they have access to all the time. And I love being there for my friends. Another thing they'd probably describe me as is a little bit of a daredevil. I'm very adventurous. I love to explore, and those are things that we do together with my friends. We love going to different islands and trying new things like surfing or ATV. And another word that I think they would describe me as is goal oriented. They know that when I'm looking at something that I want, I do everything it is that I can to achieve that goal, whether that's at work, whether that's in learning a new hobby, or whether that's just being the best version of myself. If there's a goal, I will get it.
That's amazing. You know what? I'm sure that the Miss Universe Philippines organization is aware of those qualities that you have. And if they're not aware, Miss Universe Philippines, if you're watching this program today, please look into Sam's amazing qualities. Okay. That's great. Now, here's a serious question. Why do you think that you are the best candidate for the Miss Universe Philippines 2021 title?
That's a big question. I don't think there's such a thing as the best candidate, but what I see that I can offer to this pageant over what other girls can offer is a lot coming from my experience. I'm somebody who totally came out of left field. Pageantry wasn't even in my vision. And what I can bring to this pageant are my different worldviews, my different experiences from being a student leader, being a community member for the last 10 years, and being from the corporate world. Having all these different backgrounds and mixing them together with a family of athletes and artists just has, I guess, has turned me into a holistically developed person. And I think that somebody who needs to be stepping up for the crown is somebody who is developed from all angles.
That's amazing. That is totally amazing. You know what? I think you are right. There's no such thing as the best candidate because everything is relative and subjective anyway. And I think they're looking for somebody who's actually what they call the total package. And I truly believe that you do have that total package. So yeah, it's great. Now, according to your bio, you work as an assistant for a local eyewear company. What is the best and worst aspect of your job?
Well, as an assistant manager for e-commerce, let's start, I guess, with the worst aspect. E-commerce is a world that's on 24/7. That's local and international marketplaces, that's dealing with the back end of websites and the front end of websites and talking to developers. I feel like the only downside to it is that you do have to be available sometimes in the middle of the night or sometimes early in the morning. But what makes up for it is really, I absolutely adore my coworkers. I've learned so much from everybody in my company, and I've been there for the last 2.5 years, and I've seen myself grow so much as an individual. And it's because I've learned from the best people to work with.
That's that's amazing. So you probably get calls from your customers like in the middle of the night, like in the middle of the morning, maybe like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, not me. We have a customer service
Oh, you
team,
do?
but if there's something
Okay.
wrong with the website that we need to fix, we're the people to call for that.
Oh, okay. That's terrific. Before I continue, I'm looking at a lot of hearts. People are saying, Sam, she's so pretty.
Oh my gosh, Rafa, you're a little bit
Sam, you look
choppy.
very low. My miss. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just reading some of the comments from viewers on the
Okay.
YouTube channel. And I said that you're getting a lot of love and a lot of hearts.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you
a lot
so
of,
much to everyone. My support system is really, really amazing. They're always here for every interview, and it really warms my heart that they're so, so ready to support me anytime.
mhm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're very lucky, and they're very lucky to have you as their representative. Now, I have a very serious question. Okay, when delving into the philosophical realm, what do you
Okay.
think is your purpose in life?
Wow, that's a big question, but something I've always found fulfillment in is being surrounded by a community. Now, whether that's my youth community, whether that's my office mates at work, or my family members, or my org members, being in a community allows you to learn from everybody around you. And one thing that I've always found fulfillment in is sharing my wisdom and sharing my knowledge and just sharing my expertise to those who are younger than me and looking to learn. And it's a beautiful thing because you see other people growing from things that you learned. And maybe that is my purpose.
Well, I like your purpose. I agree. I totally agree because it's very positive. It's very inspirational at the same time. So yeah, I love that purpose. Now, from philosophical to superficial, what do you like to do for fun, Sam?
Well, before this lockdown, I absolutely love just getting away for the weekend, going to a random beach, going to a new island, finding a new spot to hang out with friends. I'm very much a water baby, so that's something I miss. But if you ask me what I do at home for fun, I've actually enjoyed spending time with myself this pandemic. I've learned how to meditate. I've learned how to do yoga. I've learned a few songs on the piano, just classic things that I've been doing for a long time that I've found my love for again.
Awesome. Now, would you consider yourself a foodie?
Absolutely.
Okay, so however, are there okay, name three things that you would never eat. though?
Well, I am somebody who wasn't allowed to be a picky eater. If there was food on the table, that was the food we ate. If we didn't want to eat it, we'd have to find something ourselves or just not eat at all. So I don't really have anything that I wouldn't try, but three things that I don't really like. And sorry, I know this is going to upset people, but I can't stand lychee. For some reason, I
Oh,
don't know why
lychee.
I can't stand lychee. I can't stand cherry and also nata de coco. Like all three of those
Oh.
have really weird flavor for me.
Is it
And
because
it's
is it because of the slimy texture, maybe? When you swallow it, it has this like, yeah,
probably,
slimy. That's very interesting. Well, okay. Now, of course, I think the original number of Miss Universe Philippines contestants were 100, and it dwindled down to 75. And I think the next cut will be 50. Now, of the remaining 75 contestants, what makes you stand out? What makes you unique from the other contestants?
well, I think what makes me unique is really just the way that I see the world. I see a very big value in sports and arts. And I think that not a lot of people see that. There are a lot of other advocacies, but this advocacy that I carry with me is also a symbolism of my family. It's a symbolism of my heritage. And I think that's really what makes me unique. The people that I surround myself with who allow me to have the kind of voice and influence and power that I do have now.
I like that you put the correct stress on the syllable, on the first syllable of the word advocacy, because a lot of Filipinos would say advocacy, but it's actually on the first syllable, advocacy. So bravo for pronouncing
You
it correctly.
credit to my Q&A coach, Doc G. And if you're watching this, Doc G, and I hope I made you.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure he's doing a wonderful, amazing job. Now, as a millennial, what do you think is the biggest problem facing your generation today?
Well, I think that as millennials, we kind of grew up with technology. And these days, there is some sort of overdependence on technology. And some would even say that it's an addiction to technology. What I find to be the problem is that a lot of the time, our work is also in technology, especially now that we're all working from home. There isn't really a boundary anymore between what technology that you're using for work and technology that you're using for fun. And it's hard for us to define whether or not that's already good for us or if that's detrimental to our mental health. And finding that balance, I think, really is a huge problem for our generation.
Mhm. I totally agree, because a lot of millennials these days are so obsessed with being evaluated by strangers, by people. They would put anything on their social media account just for the purpose of getting likes. So I think in a way that's very sad, because you really don't need social media to be able to put any time of value, in yourself. So I think that's really needs to change. So yeah, thank you.
I totally agree.
Now, as a beauty queen, you are, I think, obliged to engage in some sort of a community service. Would you like to elaborate more on your advocacy?
Well, I've actually been a youth leader for the last 10 years, and I've been helping out in my local community. We have a youth community in our village, and they're actually the core of my advocacy. Watching them grow in the last 10 years and seeing how far I myself have grown, it's tremendous, really, to witness that, in such a long time being somewhere and still growing and still learning and still finding something that can be your purpose. And on top of that, I've seen the power of community. I've seen that the youth really does have something that they can give. And
Mhm.
I want the youth to be able to use sport and art as tools to reimagine the world. as sport and art are also things very close to my heart. My family is full of athletes and artists, and I've seen how their mindset and their worldviews have shaped me as a person. And I would like the youth, especially the ones who don't really have access to a lot of sport and art, to be able to have that and to be able to use that to eventually be the new generation with a new mindset.
Now, speaking of sports, what do you think of the performance of Filipino athletes in the Summer Olympics?
I say bravo. They are so, so inspirational. And it's truly a feat to be able to see medalists, Olympic medalists in our lifetime. And I do hope that the youth are also inspired by these amazing athletes. It makes me so proud to be a Filipino.
Yeah, that's great. Now, we've all had embarrassing moments. What is your most embarrassing moment, and how did you handle it?
Oh my goodness, this is super embarrassing. I actually never learned how to ride a bike. So my childhood was spent moving around, so I never really had that time to ride a bike and play with my siblings. But recently, my family and I went on a trip to Japan. And for some reason, my mother decided that we would go on a food tour by bike. I told her, like, please just leave me. I don't know how to bike. And she forced me to get on that bike. And lo and behold, I totally crashed into these poles. Like I crashed straight in and I fell with my whole entire bicycle.
Oh my
And
God.
everyone was just laughing at me. All the random Japanese people they were just beeping and beeping and laughing. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is so, I'm like a grown woman.
Were you wearing a helmet or anything to protect your head?
Yeah, we were wearing helmets and everything. Yeah. Okay. But I God, that would up and just biked again, you just gotta pick yourself up.
Well, yeah, that's the whole key. Every time you fall, you cannot stay fallen all the time. You have to get up and show to the world that you can try and try and try again. So that's great. So are you doing much better in biking today?
I still have no coordination. I'm much better at driving.
Okay. Well, maybe the next time you bike, you should get one of those trainer wheels that have like 3 wheels, so it'll help you balance. Yeah. So that's what I did when I learned how to bike.
I should. I'll ask my dad to install some.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, it's really fun. On a serious note, what is your position on same-sex marriage?
That's a hard one, especially because we are in a very conservative country. And I did grow up in a completely Catholic household and an all-girls Catholic school for my whole youth life. I don't think there's anything that I can say that can change what the church thinks of marriage, and especially in terms of who can marry who. But I do consider myself as an ally of the LGBTQ community. And I do believe that they should also have the same rights that we have. And to be able to have maybe a civil union first, maybe that's something that our state could consider, especially, in the face of inclusion and trying to just allow everybody in our country to feel free and to feel heard.
Mm-hmm. That's a great answer, because I think it's really a matter of civil rights, basic human rights. I think a civil union would be a great compromise. It doesn't have to be religious, because a lot of religious people probably will never accept same-sex marriage as approved by the church. But the second alternative would be the government recognizing legal civil unions. So I think that's a good compromise. Now, another controversial topic is the issue of transgender women
Mhm.
competing in Miss Universe Philippines or any other traditional female pageant. What is your take on that?
Well, my take is that right now we are in the modern world and we are looking for modern women to inspire and to empower. And whether or not you have a different gender at birth doesn't shouldn't hinder you from considering yourself as a woman. Once you identify as a woman, then you can be an empowered woman. And empowered women are what we are looking for in these pageants. And I do think that a modern woman can be a transgender woman.
Mhm. Great. That's amazing. Now, you live in the city. What problems do you see in your city, and how would you solve them?
Well, there's a lot of
There's a
problems.
lot of problems, I know.
But one of the problems,
Pick one.
one big problem I see is a problem that's been around for a really long time, and that's pollution. There's so much waste here. There's not a lot of renewable energy. And I think that one thing we can do is create some sort of program for transportation to be powered by cleaner energy. For example, e-trikes or e-jeeps. Parañaque, I think the people of Parañaque would really benefit from at least a cleaner air source. And to be able to do that, we should make a shift into cleaner energy.
Mhm. I totally agree because we all breathe the same air. And I think it's only fair that the future generation, start breathing, good air, good quality air. That's good. Now, okay, I know that the pandemic is still, or rather, in the Philippines, there is an uptick in the number of new COVID cases. Now, one of the issues that dominate the media right now, not only, especially here in America where I live, is the issue of whether or not every person should be vaccinated. Do you think that a person has a right to choose whether or not to get vaccinated?
I do believe in medical freedom. Yes. Everybody should be able to have a say into what goes into their body because that's their body and that's their choice. However, I also believe in responsibility, and it is a social responsibility. Once you get vaccinated, you're not only protecting yourselves, you're protecting the people around you. And if you aren't able to get vaccinated for health reasons or for anything like that, then you shouldn't be shamed, I don't think. But if you are willing and you are able and there are vaccinations available, I would really, really hope that you do get vaccinated.
Mhm. Okay, that's a very fair statement. I think it appeases both sides. And again, I totally agree with you about medical freedom. I totally agree because it's my body, my choice. So yeah, that's great. Now, going back to the concept of beauty pageants, what is your definition of beauty?
For me, more than just something that pleasures the senses, beauty must be something that touches the soul. If that makes sense, beauty must be something that is moving and something that elicits some sort of emotion out of you. That's my definition of beauty.
Okay. Which brings me to another question related to that. For everything that's beautiful, there's also the opposite, what we usually call ugly. Do you find beauty in ugliness sometimes?
Well, of course, there's always a way to see the better side of things. One of my one of the sayings of our saint in school is to see the best side of others is a great gift. And I truly believe in that. I truly believe that there are two sides to everything, and something that may be perceived as ugly does have a flip side to it. And all you have to do is really look for it. When you look for the beauty in that thing that you think is ugly, then you're able to see beauty in more things around you.
Mhm. I agree. You know the story of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. The first time it was built, a lot of French people thought that it was ugly and hideous. But now everybody loves the Eiffel Tower. Everybody likes to take selfies with the Eiffel Tower. And you cannot imagine Paris without the Eiffel Tower because it has become one of those iconic landmarks. So, yeah, I totally agree. You know, from ugly eventually will turn into beauty over time. That's great. Now, Sam, if you could be great at one thing, what would it be and why? I mean, you're already great right now, but if you could be greater, what would it be?
Definitely, I would have to use that on pasarela. I wish I just had the greatest, most perfect, most beautiful walk. And I definitely could use that in this competition.
Well, listen, I recommend that helps you with your waist movements and your hips. So yeah, try learning how to dance salsa. And if you want to
So,
add some grace elegance and elegance into your walk with your flexibility and with your gracefulness. So salsa and ballet dancing.
okay.
Okay. Now, of course, during the lockdown and during the quarantine, we all spent a lot of time online learning new things. If you could teach a new class in school, what would it be and why?
Well, I don't know if I'd be the best teacher for this, but one class I always wish we had in school was some sort of adulting 101 class where we learn things about financial literacy, about how to file taxes, about what a pag-ibig card is, and how to get an NBI clearance. I feel like if we had a class like that, then we would be more equipped to jump into the real world because from my experience straight out of college into my first job, I was frantically running everywhere. I did not know what I needed. And that's something I feel a lot of people could benefit from.
Mhm. Well, of course, there's one thing that you cannot teach is pasarela, right? Give it to somebody else to do it, to
In
teach it.
10 years.
In 10 years, you will be able to teach pasarela. That's good. Now, do you prefer texting to face or face-to-face conversations? Which do you prefer?
Well, I definitely miss face to face conversations. Texting sometimes, things get lost in communication, and a lot of people are just better at telling their feelings straight up versus
Mhm.
typing them out. So, face to
I,
face.
I totally agree because sometimes texting is one of those passive aggressive type of activities. So you really cannot tell what the person is saying, without hearing his voice or seeing his facial expression. So I totally agree with you. Now, of course, we all love beauty products. We all love to look beautiful. What three makeup products do you want to use that you cannot live without? In other words, you have to have at least three makeup products.
I definitely can't live without my concealer. My concealer has always been my lifesaver. And some sort of cream blush or something that's multi-purpose that you can use on the cheeks, on the lids, on the lips, something that'll make you look very polished. And of course, I can never live without my lip gloss.
Right.
I love lip gloss so much. I think it adds sparkle and
Yeah.
life and personality.
Well, you do have a very beautiful.
I think you're chopping out, Rafa.
Skin. Actually, one of the comments. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Can you hear me
yes,
now?
yes.
Okay, I was just reading some more comments from my channel. Um, a viewer says you are glowing. Okay. Um, intelligence, beauty, and insight. And yes, we are lucky to have Sam.
Oh my
Those are
God.
some of the wonderful comments coming from viewers.
Those are so, so sweet. Thank
Now,
you guys.
yeah. So describe to us your beauty routine.
My first job was actually with MAC Cosmetics. So I've been into beauty ever since. I usually have a night routine. Like it's a few steps long. I always do a cleanser. I always do a witch hazel spray to get rid of all the bacteria, a
Mhm.
toner, a serum, an essence. It's a long list. Eye cream, and I always do a gel moisturizer because my skin is very dry. And the climate here in the Philippines just works better with those gel moisturizers, I find that they're not too sticky. And that's what keeps the skin healthy and glowing.
How much water do you drink a day?
I always drink like 3 jugs worth. This is my jug.
Oh,
It's
wow.
32 ounces, I think. So that's how much, at least 3 jugs worth.
So how many times do you have to go to the bathroom?
All the time. It's the best price to pay.
That's right. It's worth it. It's really worth it. So that's great. Last question. Sam, what makes you happy?
Well, that's an easy one. I've always been a family girl. I love it when all of my entire extended family is together under one roof. A lot of my family members I haven't been able to see for a really long time because of this pandemic. And that's something that would truly make me happy.
Okay, that's great. Sam, do you like to play games? Because I do. Let's
I
play a
love
game.
games.
Okay, the first game is called This or That. You know the game. I say two things and you tell me which you prefer. All right, let's start. Fried rice or steamed rice?
Fried rice. Do you
Okay.
want me to, should I
Yeah.
explain?
Do you put anything in your fried rice? What do you
I
put?
don't actually cook. Um, I'm not so good in the kitchen, but I love any rice that's flavored. I love paella, I love adobo rice, I love fried rice.
Okay,
Always
that's
flavored.
great. Always, yeah. Tap water or mineral water?
In the Philippines, mineral water. I don't think you
Mineral
can drink
water.
tap water here.
Well, don't you have like a filter, like a filtering process sometimes? Yeah, you do,
We
right?
we had one, yeah, an alkaline
Mhm.
water solution,
Yeah.
but it didn't work out for us. So
What is your favorite mineral water?
Um, I just drink the one from my water dispenser. I think it's like Happy Family or
Oh,
something.
okay.
A
Okay.
local water brand.
A local water. That's great. A bikini or a one-piece swimsuit?
I would have to say bikini for the abs. Anything for the abs.
Anything for the abs. I'm sure you have great, amazing abs.
I really
Coconut juice or, yeah, coconut juice or calamansi juice?
buko juice, especially if
Buko?
it's fresh.
Right, freshly squeezed. I
Yes, sir.
agree. I totally agree. Treadmill or free weights?
Free weights. I hate cardio.
No wonder you hate biking too, because biking is cardio.
Exactly.
Now, singing lessons or dance lessons?
I think I need dance lessons more right now.
Well, dance lessons is cardio too,
Yeah. It's fun cardio at least.
It's fun cardio, yeah. Money or love?
Love.
Okay, we all need love, especially in this
All.
especially in this time of a lot of violence and hatred and animosity. We all could use a lot of love. That's true. Sam, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
Blue. Any reason why?
I find blue to be very calming. I love feeling serene and relaxed, and just looking at blue doesn't make you stressed. There's already so much stress in the everyday that
Yeah.
blue just, it's nice to see.
So are you trying to tell us that the color of your evening gown is going to be blue?
You'll have to watch me and vote me into the top to find out.
All right. Okay. Now, what is your favorite flower?
I actually don't really like flowers.
What? You have flowers in the
Smell.
background.
Oh, these are fake
You have
flowers.
flowers.
That's why they're always alive.
They're also there's a very glittery vase too. I like
Yes,
it.
I love sparkles. But if I had to choose a flower, I would say orchids. My grandpa used to plant orchids in his garden when he was alive.
Yeah, I like orchids too. What is your favorite holiday?
I love Christmas. Everyone
okay.
stays together.
Well, of course, of course. What is your favorite music?
I do love listening to girl power music. I love me a little Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa, Ariana Grande, Olivia Rodrigo, all about that empowerment.
Right. Okay. I like Dua Lipa myself. You know, that song "Levitating" is constantly in my head. Like when I drive and when I check my emails, always levitating, levitating.
It's
I'm so
the
obsessed.
best.
Yes, I
She
know.
brings out so many good songs.
She
Dua
does.
is
She
an
does.
icon.
What is your favorite word?
My favorite word. Um, that's a hard one. I actually, if you ask me what my favorite Filipino word, it would be likha. I love how it means to create something with a purpose, to create something with a passion. And I guess in English that would translate to create, but it has
Yeah,
a depth to it when it's in Filipino.
that's amazing. I like that. Likha. Yeah, creation, I think. It means creation. Great. Thank you. Question game number 2, Sam. Would you rather have more time or have more money, baby?
More time.
We
Time is
need
of the essence.
time. We need a lot of time. Sometimes I wish there were 48 hours in a day, not 24, because we need more
Exactly.
time.
I have the same exact sentiment.
Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Maybe read because there are audiobooks. And
Okay.
I do think my voice can be used for a bigger purpose.
And of course, we all know that you can never silence an independent woman, right?
Exactly.
Good. Would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales?
I think I'd rather be covered in fur. Fur is so soft and everyone would want to hug me.
That's true. That's true. I agree. Would you rather have unlimited international first class tickets or never have to pay for food at restaurants?
I love to travel, so I would have to go with the tickets,
Okay.
even if that's just to see my family.
Right. Now, how many countries have you traveled to?
I haven't counted,
Okay.
but my family loves to travel. It's what we do for fun and we do it as bonding. So a few,
A few. Okay.
quite a few. I'd
You will
say more
have
than
you will have to check your passport, I guess, for all the stamps and stuff,
it would.
Now, would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease?
I wish I could invent a drug to cure COVID.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I think eventually there will be a cure, but it's going to take some time. It's good. Would you rather be married to a 10 with a bad personality or a 6 with an amazing personality?
100% 6 with amazing personality. I
Okay.
can't stand having dull, boring conversations.
But are there people with who are 10 and who also have an amazing personality, or are they very rare?
Well, you're looking at one right here.
There you go. Woohoo! Good answer. Now, last one. Would you rather find your true love or a suitcase with $5 million inside?
I think I would have to go with the suitcase because my true love will find me.
Thank you. Exactly. And not only that, but money can buy love these days, right?
Who knows?
Who knows? Never
You have to
know,
find the suitcase to find out.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, I had a wonderful time chatting with you. I feel like I know you much better. At least your personality. Your personality is just very captivating. I know it's virtual, but for some reason your personality just pops out of the screen. You know, with you have amazing, beautiful voice. Your demeanor is just so very approachable. I feel like you're a down to earth. You're very down to earth. You're very genuine young woman. So I really like that. You know, in you. Now, before I let you go, would you like to say some message to your fans, to your followers, and to the rest of the world, Sam?
I mean, first, I'd like to say thanks so much for those sweet words. That is so nice that you can see my authenticity even through this screen. And I'm really happy I'm allowed to share that with you and that you've given me the time to talk to me today. And for everybody watching, thank you so, so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you. You know, I know that you guys leave kind comments all the time on all my posts, and you always share my things, and you always vote for me every day. So I hope you can vote for me one last time today. I think is the last day to vote for our casting video. So if you haven't yet, please vote for me on the Miss Universe Philippines app. It really helps us go such a long way. And with all of your support, with all of my Ingredibles, I'm just such a lucky person. And I'm so, so blessed to have this support system. So thank you, all of you, for just always being here for me. And I hope that if you're new here, you continue to follow this journey. We'll have such a great time together. Hopefully, we all make the finals. I really can't wait.
That's amazing. Well, listen, good luck in your journey for the Miss Universe Philippines 2021 crown. And I'm going to include the links to your social media accounts in the description box below. So to our dear Critical Beauty Salon readers, please go ahead and follow Sam on her social media, which I will link down below. And should you win Miss Universe Philippines 2021 crown, I hope they don't give you a bouquet of fresh flowers because I know you hate flowers, and I hope they don't offer you a bowl of lychee. That's all I can say.
You're
We don't
so
want any mishaps, right? So
funny.
listen, good luck. Thank you so much for gracing our show today and tonight. And we wish you the best of luck. I'm going to give you like a virtual hug because you're just so adorable and just
I
so
wish I could
cute.
give you a hug too. It's such a great
Virtual
time.
hug to all our critical beauty readers as well. So listen, have a wonderful evening. I'm sure you know you're going to go to bed soon, and you'll have to remove all your makeup and drink lots of water and go to the bathroom and all that stuff. So you have to have a wonderful weekend. And once this video is uploaded to my channel, I will tag you so you can share and watch the video yourself. Okay.
So
Thank
much.
you. Have a
Mwah.
wonderful weekend. Good luck.